Hey guys, Kevin Plowy here from Yahoo Entertainment. Welcome to Build Series, coming to you live and direct out of New York City. Dennis Quaid is a Golden Globe-nominated actor known for way too many movies to list, but including hits like Day After Tomorrow, The Rookie, and Far From Heaven. And today marks a first in the prolific performer's career. As frontman of Dennis Quaid and the Sharks, he's released his very first studio album, Out of the Box, a rousing collection of country rock toe tappers that further cements his status as a true double threat. Dennis Quaid and Jamie James. Dennis Quaid and the Sharks. What is going on, guys? How you doing today? You're here. You're in heaven. You made it.
Yeah, today's a great day.
Yeah.
For us. We have a record coming out.
This is it.
It's our first Sharks record.
Today, right? Today is the release date.
Today's the day, man, and we're excited about it. You know,
Awesome.
We've been together for 18 years. The Sharks. Our first gig was Halloween night 2000, and saved 5 guys.
Wow.
How many marriages last that long? And we finally made a record, a real record.
Yeah.
With the help of some good people, and it's a big day.
Yeah, we're gonna get deep into this record, but first I do want to go back to that fateful night. I believe it involved the late great Harry Dean Stanton. Is that can you tell us this story?
Yeah, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Harry, would we?
no. This is an extension of both of our relationships with Harry. More than a mentor, I think I can speak for both of us. A surrogate father, really, truly. Harry, he was an icon to artists in terms of music and acting, but for Dennis and I think more in just life. Mm-hmm. You know, Harry was a rebel. He was an individual, but most of all, he had just incredible integrity and personality,
authenticity in music.
Yeah,
Harry, he played songs that were written by anonymous, like 200 years ago. A lot of them, Mexican folk songs from the 19th century America,
Irish ballads,
definitely in the public domain, basically.
He
knew a lot of that.
Yeah,
he knew a lot of lyrics. What attracted me to Harry was I used to do a song on my show called El Paso by Marty Robbins. And the first time Harry wanted to sit in with me, he wanted to do El Paso. Yeah. And I said, okay. And we did the song, and he sang an extra verse. And I said afterward, yeah, that's great, man, but did you make up that verse on the spot? Because that's not on the record.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, no, that's in the song. And the next day, I went to check out the sheet music, and sure enough, it was in there. I mean, so he was very meticulous about every syllable, every word, and that's what he kind of taught, is to be very particular about everything to do with what you're doing as an artist.
Anyway, Harry passed about a year ago.
Yeah.
Now, and he was 91, and Jamie and I were with him. They're pretty close to the time that he left this earth, and we were there. And he was out, took the Bluetooth in, and standing by his bed, he was in hospice, and he still squeezed a finger, even though he wasn't opening his eyes. And we put on Marty Robbins' El Paso, actually, and started to sing it, and then Harry mouthed the words all the way through the song.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah, it was something.
A lot of you guys may remember Harry he was the dad in Pretty in Pink.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, and he's done so many things. He'd be instantly recognizable too.
Yeah, and did an amazing job in a film called Lucky that came out a couple of years ago. It was kind of like his swan song.
90 years old.
Yeah, that was
an amazing movie.
What he
if you haven't seen it. Yeah.
In fact, he was on the phone to you doing crossword puzzle, right?
Yeah. So the story goes from what I recall, it's Halloween. About you said 2000. He's performing with you, Jamie, in a band, and I think you get called up on a stage to perform.
No, Harry, a little before
Dean,
that.
Yeah, Harry Dean was playing at the Mint with Jamie and a couple of other guys are the Sharks too. But so I'd gone there. I hadn't played music in really almost 10 years. And I got up on stage with.
I asked Dennis if he wanted to come up and sit in with us, and at first he was like, "No, not really." And I understood that he came down just to chill. Yeah. But I think halfway through, when he saw us playing with Harry and having a good time and relating to the audience and stuff, and it was really relaxed. Mm-hmm. You can't watch Harry Dean and not be relaxed because he stands with a cigarette, a Jack and a Coke, tambourine. I mean, he's got everything going on. You know, he just has fun. And so Dennis came up and played, and there was a connection there right away. You know, it was electrifying. You know.
Yeah. So there's an ensuing conversation between you two. Is it the next day you're going? Let's do something else together.
A little time passed, but anyway, Harry Dean gave his blessing for us to start a band, basically, and that's what we did. And we're still together after 18 years.
Yeah. Well, Dennis, best known as an actor, your career goes so far back, but there was a time where I feel like your passions intersected, where you were writing and performing on soundtracks. Of course, played Jerry Lee Lewis in Great Balls of Fire. You know, how much did that sort of like stoke your passion for music?
I was a musician before I was an actor.
You were.
You know, I started from age of 12 when I started playing guitar, and then I started writing songs immediately because I knew I was never going to be able to shred a guitar like he can shred a guitar. Yeah. And it's just what I did in my room alone. And, you know, that turned in, you know, acting really kind of took over. And but I was lucky enough to get into films that had music in it. I did a film called The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia back in the late 70s, I guess, was with Christian McNichol, in fact. And had like 3 or 4 songs in there that I wrote, and then Closer to You that I wrote for the Big Easy. And there's been a couple other films where they've intersected. But you know, as far as music goes, it's a career, you know, that you really have to devote a lot of time to. And what's great now in my life is that I'm not playing the lead so much anymore. I come in for about 2 weeks like a hitman on a film, and everybody's happy, hopefully, when I leave. But I can really devote the time to it now. And so I'm building really. Music is center now.
So you guys have been gigging together for years now. At what point do you decide that you're gonna take this act into the studio? You're gonna do an LP?
Well, we took a hiatus for a couple of years for many different reasons, but I was playing golf with my friend T-Bone Burnett, and who's an incredible musician and done so many soundtracks, and.
Crazy Heart.
Crazy Heart. You know, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
So many good ones.
Basically, the Coen brothers, dude.
Yep.
And just talking about wanting to do a real record. And he was a great facilitator for us. He set us up over at Village Recording in the big room over there, which has a real live feel. And lent us his great engineer, Mike Persante, who was really a co-producer on the record. And we took about 9 months and cut 25 tracks, and 13 of them made the cut.
Well, we just got a preview of one of the songs here a minute ago, but I feel like this album is incredibly eclectic in its various styles and infusion of styles, really. So I'm going to hit you with that annoying music question that everybody always has to ask: how do you describe your sound?
Well, yeah, I always said that we were a junkyard of American music because we were like rock and roll and blues and very country influenced, and there's a little like. Lounge music a la Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra thrown in there too, because that's out of my dad. But but now they call it Americana.
Well, I call it city and western.
Yeah,
that's what I call it. But I want to get back to your question about how do you come about that was a good question about doing an album after all this time. And I think the key thing was Dennis has been writing songs as of late, as of the last couple of years. And when you have these songs that just kind of need to get out, he would bring them to me, and then we'd work on them, and then we'd go and show the guys, and we would get excited about this. This is new material. Like at this stage in our careers, going, wow, this new stuff. And we had enough of them finally. I remember, Dennis, we said, maybe we should record this. And then Dennis had played golf, and he said, we got the studio and the thing. So it just all came together. All the sides kind of came together, and we needed to record the songs.
And you guys come originally from worlds apart, Toronto, I believe.
Yes, I'm from Toronto.
And
it's just
Houston,
across
Texas.
the border, man.
Yes. From here, but from Texas, it's almost 2 countries away. Yes. But do you feel like that plays into sort of the variance of style that you explore on the album?
Tom Walsh is from
Buffalo.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he started a group in 1970 called Spyro Gyro, so he comes from that jazz fusion thing, and Ken Stange, the keyboard player, played with Roger Miller until he died, and Tom Mancias. We don't talk about Tom Mancias, the bass player.
Okay. He should not.
He doesn't want us to
shall
say
not be
anything.
named.
Yeah.
He doesn't want us to say anything.
No, Tom's played. He played with me all the time with Harry Dean, and he's a solid journeyman.
In titling the album out of the box was sort of the ambition that you guys were going to sort of try to transcend genres, for at least from track to track.
The whole idea of the song "Out of the Box" is about thinking out of the box. When we all feel we get stuck in life, and that voice in your head is telling you can't do this, or you have to do it this way. You don't do it that way, or you think about this. Tragedy has visited you. It's about, and everybody wants to get better,
right?
But sometimes it takes yourself practicing thinking, throwing off old habits of the way we think or the way we do things, just to think out of the box, try a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and really, it feels clear listening to the album that there was a goal to sort of create a variance from literally from song to song. Take, for instance, the first 3 songs on the album are all, I think you could say, love ballads, love songs in some way, but they sound drastically different from one to the next.
The different genres, different thing. There's no rules about anything. I mean, we should, according to the rules, we shouldn't be here right now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But we're going to be the oldest guys to make it in rock and roll.
Nice.
That's what we're after here. I mean, there's a lot of bands out there from the 60s, 70s, and 80s who are still doing it. God bless them, and love it. But we're the new kids on the block at this point. We're just late bloomers.
Well, one of the songs we heard was "On My Way to Heaven." There's another song called "Walk with Angels." What can you say about the spiritual or the religious influence on the album?
I think all songs really in the end are love songs. Because why does anybody sit down and write a song anyway? And because they're driven by their passion, and they have to say it for some reason. It's important to them, and they want others to feel, to make it universal and to feel what they feel, in music, and that's love. And music is a vibration like love, and so that's what that is. And that includes the love of our world, the love of God, the love of however you conceive it to be, this to be. But music seems to be the language of God to me, because you don't really have to even speak English or Hindu or whatever it is to appreciate.
You don't even have to go to church.
What is in the feeling? Yeah.
Amen. There are a couple Doors covers we got to talk about on this record. "L.A. Woman" and "Riders of the Storm." What did it mean to get to channel those guys, to get to channel Jim Morrison, to get to put your own spin on these classics?
Well, those are songs. "L.A. Woman" we've been doing for 15 years as a band. It takes a lot of practice to do that song too, and
to do it justice.
Yeah, and then we started doing "Riders on the Storm" a couple of years ago. It's music we grew up with, we love, and we had the great experience a month ago of. We did St. Jude's Hospital benefit, and Jamie and I were on stage and did "Riders on the Storm" with John Densmore and Krieger from the original Doors.
Cool. The last 2 surviving.
Yeah, the last 2 surviving Doors.
That
was like a dream.
Yeah,
come true.
Sounded like it sounded good. It just sounded like, to me, it sounded like the record almost. Like a blend of their record and a blend of our record, and it was amazing.
Yeah. So obviously, it must have been easy to get that once you had that experience. Easy to get the sign off for the covers on the album.
No, we did the covers before that. They and it's funny because the term cover is such a it doesn't really for how we approach a song. It's not as a cover. The minute we start playing it, it's our song.
Yeah,
the song is everybody owns it. You know what I mean? And when Dennis sings it, he makes it his song.
Yeah,
it would be like as if Johnny Cash sang it. You take a song and you make it yours, and that's what we kind of do with these songs.
Yeah, it's like doing a play. It's an interpretation every time of that.
Sure. Is there a tour in your future? Or?
Yeah, we did about 40 to 50
dates this
last year.
We're going to keep grinding. We've played
for
a year.
Double that at least, I think.
Yeah.
This coming year.
Nice.
And this is what we do.
Nice. Dennis, I read a quote from you that said, "When you perform, you make a complete and utter fool of yourself." Can you expand on this?
Well, that's obvious with the midair thing and my socks.
That's a real jump, by the way.
Thing.
That was a real jump.
But Yeah, we're the only band to offer a money-back guarantee because people have paid their hard-earned money to come there, and what we want to show people is a really good time.
Yeah. Except in some states and Canada and all of Europe.
You don't do it.
But we want people to have a good time. They pay their hard-earned money, want to forget about everything of the week, and just let their hair down and have a really good time.
Has anyone ever asked for their money back?
Not yet.
No.
You're batting 1,000.
Yeah. I think we're batting 1,000.
Yeah. Nice. Dennis, I read a fun fact about you that I wasn't aware of before I dug into your musical career. Third cousin of Gene Autry.
Yes.
That's amazing. What was your relationship? Did you know each other growing up, or when you were growing up?
No, it was my grandfather and him were first cousins.
Yeah.
And they were born basically on the reservation in Oklahoma, and then of course my dad was a second cousin. But I did meet Gene, and when at the opening of White Earp, I got some Angel tickets, and he was really great. But he wrote Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Frosty the Snowman, and they're still doing it. Yeah, incredible songwriter.
I feel like you always hear when people get famous, they say that their cousins come out of the woodwork. So was that sort of was that your claim to fame when you were younger? That Gene Autry was your third cousin? I was
coming out of the woodwork for him, right? This is a little late.
Yes. Well, Dennis, I want to ask you, quickly about your acting career. Just a general question. You've done so many great roles over the years. What these days are the movies, the television shows that people come up to you and want to talk to you about the most?
Fortitude, which is like actually it's on Amazon, and it's we shot it basically at the North Pole this last year, and that's the thing that's going to be coming out the soonest. And I started to do Billy Bob's series on Amazon as well, called Goliath.
Okay.
Yeah, to work with him again. He and I worked together in the Alamo. Although we had no scenes together because he was Davy Crockett and I was Sam Houston, and he was stuck in the Alamo. He didn't make it. He didn't make the appointment because they didn't make it. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this.
And Jamie, to put you on the spot, what is your favorite Dennis Quaid role?
Yeah, what is it?
My favorite Dennis Quaid role as a dad. Yeah, no, seriously. I watched Dennis. When I first met Dennis, his son Jack was 9 years. In fact, Jack named the band The Sharks.
Oh, yeah?
Tell him that story. That's a good story.
Oh, yeah, we were having practice. We didn't know what to name ourselves, And so he was 9 years old at the time. He's 26 now. You've had him here, in fact. He was here last year. Yeah. Pictures on the wall out there, man.
Yeah.
So he was 9. We said, Jack, what was she naming? He says, The Sharks. The thing was, it was Shark Week on TV,
Sharks were just on his
so
mind.
I always say that, well, thank God it wasn't Dinosaur Week.
Well, he's followed into the family business. What has it been like to watch him blossom as an actor?
I'm so proud of him, when he started, he went to NYU here, in drama school, and he started like in high school drama himself. And he was the son of me, and his mother's Meg Ryan, so he was just always going. Nobody pushed him anywhere. He just seemed natural. But anyway, he offered, because my agent's been bugging me just about all his life. Like, I'd like to represent him when he grows up, And he said, no, I want to do it myself. I want to get my own. So he went out, he got his own agent, and then first movie is
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And
he came to
his next job is he's doing vinyl, working with Martin Scorsese, and here, and so I'm like, hey, how about a little help from me myself? I'm not too proud of that.
Well, you always told him, though, as a father, you always told, I was, because we'd hang out a lot, and I'd go with him to see Jack's plays. That's when he kind of blossomed, too, right? It is when he started doing those plays at Crossroads. He really blossomed. Yeah. But Dennis would always tell him, you're your own man. Yeah, from when he was, I heard Dennis say many times, you're your own man, Jack. You're your own person. And he's got such impeccable timing. His humor is there. He's such a natural with his humor, and he's a great talent. I think he's going to have just a wonderful future, Jack. And like I said, my favorite role of Dennis is Dad.
Yeah.
And seeing what's going on with his kids now is just incredible. You know, it's fantastic.
And does he have the music in him as well?
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
He took guitar lessons from Jamie.
Oh yeah.
The kid.
When he did a show at his school, and he sang all the, I've Been Everywhere. When he was about 10 years old, I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Windsor, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, Lapaloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Barranquilla, and Pasadena. I'm a killer. He did. He's 10 years old. People were going nuts.
And you thought you were going to get a performance today.
Yeah.
That was great. Give it up. All right, we're going to
Shucks.
Pay BMI for that.
Shucks.
we're going to open it up to a few. Do we have some audience member Q&As? Yes. All right. Who's up first? Hi.
Hi.
Hey, what's your name?
I'm Jacob.
Hey, Jacob.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you guys have any dream collaborations that you would maybe like to work with anyone in the future musically.
Well, the one with the Doors, big on stage, that was something else. And we opened for ZZ Top.
That was unreal.
Yeah, summers ago down in
And
Texas.
Bo Diddley. Remember Bo Diddley?
That was
unreal.
That was really a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to work with Tupac, but he ain't here.
Oh.
That's it. He was really something else.
Snoop Dogg. It'd be fun to do something.
Snoop. I think I'd like I don't see genres or cultures or as a boundary, as any kind of boundaries around here. I think it's all about breaking all that stuff up. Rock and roll is like I said, we're going to be the oldest guys to make it in rock and roll because it's been kind of ever since Run DMC.
Yeah.
And,
Walk This Way.
Walk This Way.
That's right.
That's been kind of the way it's been.
It smashed a lot of boundaries.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you.
I love the idea of you guys collaborating with Snoop Dogg. I'm going to tweet at him right when I get out of here. And
Do it.
say, please make this happen.
I'd like to get him to do a verse of Peaches.
Nice.
They could be Peaches number 11.
And
Nice.
gin and juice, man. We got to do gin and juice with them, man. That'd be good.
Nice. We got a couple more questions. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Tonda.
Hey, Tonda.
My question to you is, I loved you in You Can Only Imagine, by the way.
Loved
Thank
it.
you for all the tears. How did it, with you being such a strong believer that you are, how did it make you feel to play a non-believer in the beginning of the movie, and did it change you to be feeling a little bit stronger about Father God in the end?
Well, that's just part of life, isn't it? I mean, doubt and you go through all kinds of stages in life too, and I certainly did. And it's just a person who was trapped in the life he was living, and he had to think out of the box himself.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Actually, the box had to throw him out. That's what happened. So it was quite a role to play. I mean, even more than that, it was about there was child abuse. I mean, you really get down straight to it. And Bart was there every day on the set, watching his life, and that was a tough part about who he was, because I'm certainly not that kind of dad, and but it really came from pain from him. And what was so great about the role, the reason I did it is because this is a person who was redeemed.
Yes.
Who realized that it was really what he was looking for was for free. Wasn't anything had to be earned.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the question. All right, last one. Hello.
So this is actually going to be an online question submitted to our website. Dave wants to know, who would be your dream collaboration?
Well, I got that with Jamie and I getting together. Probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Harry Dean and the Jamie too. It's just we're so, like you said, he grew up in Toronto and I grew up like in Texas, but we're just so we're hip musically.
Yeah, we're really living the dream collaboration.
Yeah.
Really, truly, no lie about it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in today. Dennis, Jamie, thank you guys so much for being here today. Guys, check out Out of the Box in stores everywhere now.
It's
out there.
Anywhere you
Get
can
it.
buy music on your
Get it.
phone. It's right there on your phone.
iTunes.
Great.
Yeah, we're at
All right.
Target. Wherever you can be.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.